Luka Dončić just took control of the Lakers, demanding the one missing piece that could turn Los Angeles into a championship monster. But the NBA is watching one terrifying question. Can this team survive without LeBron?
Yeah, I mean, Luka Dončić, source close to him told me that his feedback to Lakers front office before he went away for the summer was, get me an A-list center. And I need that to compete. And Luka's camp was also told when they were traded from Dallas to L.A. a year and a half ago that it's the summer of 26. Wait till the summer of 2026. Then we're going to show you what we mean for the future and your future as a face of our franchise. Thus far, people would say, I think it was a pretty good draft night. You got Cameron Carr dropping in the draft, and obviously you re-sign Austin, and Luka made it clear he wants to keep playing with Austin Reeves.
Right.
But there's so much work to be done with this roster, starting with the center position. And we don't know if DeAndre Ayton's going to opt in to his deal. And if he does, if the feedback is get me an A-list center, and Ayton was already on the team last year, if he opts in, that means Rob Pelinka needs to find a trade partner for Ayton.
Okay.
But even if Luka gets every move he asked for, one brutal question still refuses to disappear. And that's exactly where the next debate takes a dramatic turn.
Let's move to the NBA. As Luka Dončić attempts to fill the leadership void that LeBron left in LA. Luka's first big move, a 4-day team minicamp in his native Slovenia, slated for August, all on Luka's dime. The Lakers added a bevy of new players this offseason. Tone, does this minicamp make you more bullish on their upcoming season?
My short answer is no, because they don't have LeBron James anymore. Perhaps you read about that he's not there anymore. And I don't think anybody collectively that they have brought in can actually balance that out. I don't. What I think the subtext here is the Lakers are saying LeBron is now gone. This is Luka's team. All right, so we're going to have this Luka's European summer adventure. We're all going to go to Slovenia. We're going to play a little bit of golf. We're going to do a little bit of tourism. We're going to eat some good food. Luka's going to spring for all the money here. We're going to have a fabulous bonding experience. And it's Luka. It's not LeBron. We're going to have a new day and a new team. Who wants some Slovenian sausages? Now, to answer the question directly, I mean, maybe the players will be happier this year. Maybe they will be closer this year. LeBron won't be there to berate them if he ever berated them. It's Luka's deal right now, but to the answer to it, does it make me more bullish on him? No, it does not.
Yeah, no, Tony, it doesn't. Because when they tip it off at 7:30 or whatever night in October they tip it off, who's going to play defense on that team? It ain't going to be Luka, and it ain't going to be Austin Reeves, and that's where we start with the Lakers. Now, yeah, the big boy they just got from Utah, he's a nice defensive player. He can rebound, but the Lakers are not a threat to me, not a threat to OKC, not a threat to San Antonio. No. And that's where you start with the Western Conference, even though Minnesota to me is worse, even though Houston is not as good, even though teams in the West other than San Antonio and OKC have taken a dive. I agree with everything you said, so I'm going to go to a quick story about Luka and the Lakers. So Luka's playing for Dallas early in his career, very early. And at one point, somebody sitting behind Luka on the front row, a trillionaire's row in then Staples Center, starts to speak Slovenian to Luka, talk a little trash. Luka's irritated. He turns around, and talking trash to him in Slovenian is Kobe Bean Bryant. How
Really?
great is that, right?
That's
Kobe,
great.
who spoke like 5 languages anyway, had decided
That's
before the game, let me do a little something to Luka. One of the trillion reasons that the league and the world and we all miss Kobe Bean Bryant. But, Luka needs to do this, Tony. I think it's a smart thing. Build the bonding out. Even if you can't defend, you can be close.
Bonding. Well, you hate Luka as a player.
The Lakers thought they found their next superstar. But behind closed doors, Luka Dončić delivered a message that could completely reshape the future of Los Angeles. According to people close to Luka, before leaving for the summer, his message to the Lakers front office was simple and direct. Get me an A-list center. I need that to compete. This was not a casual suggestion. This was Luka Dončić telling the organization exactly what he believes separates the Lakers from championship contention. Because when Luka arrived in Los Angeles after the shocking trade from Dallas, he was given a promise. The Lakers told his camp, "Wait until the summer of 2026. We're going to show you what this franchise is building and what your future as the face of the Lakers will look like." Now, that future has arrived. And the pressure is enormous. Because replacing a legend like LeBron James is not just about scoring points. It is about leadership. It is about controlling the locker room. It is about carrying the weight of the Lakers' name. And now, that responsibility belongs to Luka. The first steps have been promising. On draft night, Los Angeles watched Cameron Carter fall to them in the draft, giving the franchise another young piece for the future. Then, they made another major decision. They secured Austin Reeves. And according to reports, Luka made it clear he wants Reeves beside him moving forward. But despite those moves, one massive weakness remains impossible to ignore: the center position. Because if Luka truly wants to compete for championships, the Lakers need a dominant interior presence. A player who can protect the rim. A player who can rebound. A player who can take pressure away from Luka when games become physical. And right now, that question remains unanswered. Who is that player? But the center problem is only one piece of a much bigger puzzle. Because even if Luka gets the roster changes he wants, there is still one painful question surrounding this new Lakers era. Can this team survive without LeBron James? For the first time in years, Los Angeles is no longer built around LeBron James. The Lakers are officially entering the Luka Dončić era. And Luka is making sure everyone understands that. Instead of waiting for training camp, Luka took control immediately. He organized a 4-day team minicamp in Slovenia, a private gathering, paid entirely out of his own pocket. The mission? Build chemistry, create trust, establish a new identity. The Lakers are expected to spend time together, train together, play golf, explore Slovenia, share meals, and build relationships away from the pressure of Los Angeles. And this move sends a powerful message. This is Luka's team now. But here is where the debate begins. Some believe this is exactly what a franchise player should do. A superstar taking ownership. A leader creating unity. A player refusing to simply inherit the Lakers, but instead building them. Others see a much bigger problem. Because no matter how strong the chemistry becomes, nobody inside that locker room can simply replace LeBron James. LeBron was not just a scorer. He was the voice, the decision maker, the player who controlled the emotional temperature of the team. And now, Luka has to fill that enormous gap. Can he? That is the question dividing NBA analysts. Because building friendship is one thing. Building a championship team is something completely different. And while the Lakers are focused on becoming closer as a team, the biggest concern is not chemistry. It is something much harder to fix. A weakness that could destroy their championship dream before it even begins. When the Lakers season begins in October, every conversation will eventually return to one question. Who is going to stop people? Because championship teams are not built only on offense. They are built on defense. And right now, that is where the Lakers face their biggest criticism. It will not be Luka Dončić. It will not be Austin Reeves. Those players can create offense. They can score. They can make plays. But guarding elite Western Conference opponents for an entire playoff series is a completely different challenge. The Lakers added a big man from Utah who brings defensive ability and rebounding. A valuable piece. A necessary piece. But critics still believe Los Angeles is not at the level of the true contenders. Oklahoma City remains the standard. San Antonio continues to rise. And even though some Western Conference teams have taken a step back, including Minnesota and Houston, the top of the conference has become even more dangerous. The reality is brutal. The Lakers may have one of the most talented offensive duos in the NBA, but talent alone does not win championships. The Western Conference is a battlefield, and Luka cannot afford another season where the Lakers are simply entertaining. He needs them to become dangerous. But before questioning whether Luka can lead the Lakers back to glory, there is one incredible story that shows exactly what kind of competitor he has always been. A story involving the greatest Laker of them all, Kobe Bryant. Years ago, during Luka's early NBA career in Dallas, something unforgettable happened inside the old Staples Center. A person sitting courtside started trash-talking Luka, but there was something unusual. The person was speaking Slovenian. Luka immediately noticed. He turned around, ready to respond, because someone was challenging him in his own language. But then, Luka realized something unbelievable. The person talking trash was not a random fan. It was Kobe Bryant. Kobe, one of the smartest basketball minds ever, had learned enough Slovenian to surprise Luka and get inside his head before the game. That moment represented everything Kobe was about: preparation, psychology, the desire to find any possible advantage. And it also showed something about Luka. Even as a young player, he had the confidence to answer. He was never afraid of pressure. Now that same mentality will be tested in Los Angeles, because carrying the Lakers is a completely different challenge. But organizing this minicamp shows Luka understands something important. Championships are not only created during games. They are created through relationships, through trust, through players believing in one another. The Lakers may not become an elite defensive team overnight. They may not instantly replace everything LeBron brought. But Luka is making one thing clear. He is not waiting for the future. He is trying to build it himself. The Lakers are entering the unknown. A new superstar. A new identity. A new era. But the pressure has never been higher. Because in Los Angeles, being the face of the franchise is not about having talent. It is about proving you can carry the weight of an entire city. And now, Luka Dončić has the biggest challenge of his career waiting for him.
Mic check 1 to 2, -1, -2. Game over for this video, folks. Smash that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to stay in the huddle for more. This is NFL Madness, bringing the heat and signing out.